Good morning, students. Today, this is the fourth class of time series analysis. In my previous classes, I have discussed about the moving average and weighted moving average, how to compute that. Now, today I will discuss the method of least square, method of least square, where we will follow three important methods, which is known as the method of least square, right? Method of least square, where basically I will follow linear trend, parabolic trend are there, and also exponential trend is there. Achha, what is the method of least square? The method of least square is obviously one of the most important and widely used method while determining the time series data. Basically, when the data are plotted on a graph paper, when we take a graph paper and if you plot the data, it will seem that all the points will not lie on a curve. We will see the points will not lie on a curve because it's a linear trend. Linear means a straight line trend. So obviously it is not possible that all the points will lie in a curve or on a curve, and obviously a large number of curves can be drawn between the points, and obviously in order to find the best fit curve we use this least square method. The method consists of finding the best fit from all the possible curves, from where the sum of squares of vertical deviations of the actual values from the fitted curve is minimum, and that is basically no other curve would have smaller sum of square deviations. So we need to find out the method of least square. In the linear trend equation basically points out y is equal to a plus bt, where a and b are two constants, and when we draw the equation we get summation of y is equal to na plus b summation t, and summation of ty is equal to a summation t plus b summation t square. This is the linear method. If you come into the parabolic equation, the parabolic trend equation states that y is equal to a plus bt plus ct square, where a, b and c are three constants, where a, b and c are three constants that determine from the normal equations, and summation of y is equal to na plus b summation t plus c summation t square, and summation ty is equal to a summation t plus b summation t square plus c summation t cube, and summation t square y is equal to a summation t square plus b summation t cube plus c summation t to the power 4. This is the equation which we need to draw in case of parabolic trend, and this is the equation we need to draw in case of in case of linear trend. And what is basically the exponential trend? The exponential trend is what we are actually getting is that y is equal to a into b to the power t. If we add log on both sides, what we get? Log y is equal to log a. It's multiply, you know that multiply has been added, divide has been subtracted in log, you know, log a as we have done log previously. Log a plus this t will come forward, t log b, right? If we now put the log y is equal to capital Y, log a is equal to capital A, and log b is equal to capital B, then we get what we get? Y is equal to A plus B T, right? Obviously, it's linear. It is therefore a linear trend, straight line trend, and therefore A and B can be obtained from the normal equation, which is summation of y, capital Y is equal to NA plus B summation T, and summation of T capital Y is equal to A summation T plus B summation T square. Okay, this is basically the exponential trend. And what are the, definitely there are certain merits and there are certain demerits of least square method. One of that is that the mathematical curves fitted to the data is more suitable for forecasting purpose. If we want to forecast the future data, this data is more suited, means least square method is more suited. As we defined by the mathematical equation, the method is one of the most objective method, and hence there is no scope of any subjectiveness. There should not be any subjective method involved. It is one of the most objective method, and obviously this method involves more calculations compared to other methods. As we have seen that it is a least square method, there has been a certain trend like linear trend, parabolic trend, exponential trend. So on that basis there has to be a certain calculations which we need to do, many more calculations, many more computations you have to do in this method. And obviously it is not flexible in that sense that obviously additional of some more values, if we add some more values over here, some corresponding additional here also changes, and obviously the entire calculation of the trend which we require is here is the trend. The trend equation also changes on that basic method basis. So basically on that basis, if we have to find out that what we can do or what we have to do in this method, the method of least square is also one of the important method from where we can easily compute the parabolic trend equations and linear trend equations. And if we go through on that basis, we can easily have a few sums in our hand, and I will start of doing solving some sums, which is obviously how method of least square can be computed. As we can see, I have provided you one sum over there which states that fit a straight line trend to the following data, and years has been given starting from 1995, ends at 2001, and value has been provided, but you have to estimate what will be the value in the year 2005. The sum says that you have to forecast what will be the value in the year 2005. So on that basis, we know there has been, this is basically a linear trend, and this equation we know y is equal to a plus bt, right, where summation of y is equal to na plus b summation t, and summation of ty is equal to, or yt, whatever you can say, a summation t plus b summation t square. This is basically the formula which we need to do in this straight line trend. And how we have to compute straight line trend equation? Here has been given, gross value has been given, which we considered as y. Okay, here has been given from 1995, 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000 and 2001. These are the years given, and the values has been given as 672, 824, 967, 1204, 1464, 1758 and 2057. These are the values given, and when we have to plot the trend of value, we have to identify which is the middle year. Here we can see that there are 7 years, and obviously this is the middle year, mid year, right? This is the mid year. So how we can compute which is t, and the mid year should be 0. Before that it will be -1, -3, -5. Sorry, -1, -2, -3, and here also 1, 2, 3. Mid year should be considered as 0, and from there above that you should consider -1, 2, 3 number of years. If it is in a odd number, if it is in a even number, I will tell you how to do it, but here it is the sum considers about odd number. So -1, -2, -3, and below that 1, 2, 3, and t square will be, you can easily calculate the t square. It will be 9, it will be 4, it will be 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. The t square sum will be 9 plus 1, 10 plus 4, 14, 14, 14, 28. This will be the total, and if you draw the total of gross value, I am doing that. 672 plus 824 plus 967 plus 1204 plus 1464 plus 1758 plus 2057. It is coming 8946. The y has been coming 8946. So on that basis, now you have to calculate again yt or ty, whatever you have. I am considering yt. So yt will be y into t, means 672 into -3. It will be like that. 672 into 3, it is coming 2016, obviously negative 2016. 824 into -2, 824 into 2, it is coming 1648. It is obviously negative 1648. And next it is 967 into 1, obviously -967, -967. Same wise it will be 0, it is 1464, it is 1758 into 2 means 3516, 3516, and 2057 into 3, it is coming 6171. So if we add it, it is coming 6520. Okay. Now as per the normal trend, we know that normal trend from the equation, whatever the equation is, y is equal to a minus 3, right? I have given you y is equal to a plus bt, and a is coming, and we know that y is basically 8946 is equal to, and its a is obviously number of years is 7, so 7a plus bt, t you know, t is basically 0 and b is b, 7 into 0, so it is coming, or 8946 is equal to 7a, or 7a, or a is equal to 8946 divided by 7, it is coming 8946 divided by 7, it is coming 1278, 1278, right? So a is coming 1278. Now put in the value of a in the next equation, which is yt is equal to a summation t plus b summation t square. If I use that, and we know that if we put the value of a in equation 2, we can also get that in that case. So in that case, if we put that equation over here, you can also put that, putting the value of y in equation of a, in equation so first of all we need to calculate again the a, we calculate now, b, yt is coming 65 and 6520 6520 is equal to a summation t. A is a, t you know that t is nothing, so a into 0 plus b summation t square, b is b into t square, it is coming 28, we will get it, or 6520 is equal to 28b, or b is equal to 6520 by 28, which is coming 232.9. 232.9 means a is coming 1278 and b is coming 232.9. So on that basis, how you can do, now the equation will be, therefore the equation will be y is equal to a plus bt. Okay, so y is equal to a is 1278 plus bt is 232.9t. This is the equation. With now you need to calculate what will be the value in 2005. See, in 2001 its value is 3, 2002 it will be 4, 2003 it will be 5, 2004 it will be 6, and 2007 it will be 7. Means if you are increasing in number of years, its t value also increasing by 1 unit. So in 2001 it is 3, so obviously in 2005 if you calculate, 2002 it will be 4, 2003 it will be 5, 2004 it will be 6, and 2007 it will be 7. So if you put that t value 7 in this equation, so therefore the value in 2005 will be y is equal to 1278 plus 232.9 into 7. You will get the total. 232.9 into 7, it is coming 1630.3, means 1278 plus 1630.3 is equal to plus 1278. It is coming 2908.3. 2908.3. This will be your answer. 2908.3 crores. This will be your answer. Crores. This will be your answer in the year 2005. Means in the year 2005 that amount will be the value. Okay, this is how we calculate the straight line trend. I will provide you another sum in your next class, and we will do proceed like that. Thank you for patient hearing. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.